Welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus, and today we're going to talk about 5 current Minnesota Vikings who may never end up wearing that beautiful shade of purple in a game that actually counts. Some of these guys are new free agents. Some of these guys are guys who are maybe left over from last year, who have not yet seen the field, and perhaps they never will. Before we hop in that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the vids. We're almost at 7,300 subscribers, and we cannot wait to get to 8,000. Drop hashtag 8,000 in the comments because we're going to do a big old drawing when we do hit that number. So every year, the Minnesota Vikings bring in some new faces, and every year, some of these new faces never actually make the team or see a game that actually counts on the stat sheet. And let's start right away here with one of the more recent members of the Minnesota Vikings, wide receiver Albert Wilson. Here's a guy, doesn't have great size, but he's pretty damn quick. Reliable hands, started in Kansas City, played with Miami last year. Now he comes over to Minnesota, bringing some veteran depth to this Vikings receiving chart, depth chart. And here's the thing, I like our young talent on this, but adding a veteran who could be the 4th or 5th guy does make some sense. A guy who's experienced. Albert Wilson, always kind of been that 3rd, 4th, even 5th option in teams passing games, and he's done his role right. I mean, he's had 20 to 40 receptions just about every year he's played this in his career. And, a handful of touchdowns here and there. So Albert Wilson, I can see the need to bring him in, but you look at what's behind him on the depth chart. There's a lot of promising young players here. Amir Smith, Marset could usurp him on the depth chart. And you got the undrafted rookie from last year, Blake Prohl, who's having a great camp before he got hurt. You also got Julian Taylor, the 6th-round pick this year. Thomas Hennigan, a guy me and Onebar love, who's also undrafted this year. Another guy to watch in camp, how he progresses. So while very nice to have a veteran as your, 4th or 5th receiver like Albert Wilson, if one of these guys just outperforms him, or even 2 of these guys outperforms him in camp, he could get the axe. He could go the way of Kendall Wright and never actually play a meaningful snap for the Vikings. So Albert Wilson, no lock to make this team. So he could be one of these guys who never do end up in purple. Let's go with another guy, a guy who I really think if he makes this team, it would be a damn surprise. That's defensive tackle Julian Taylor. The Vikings signed this guy just before the draft, kind of left over from the Kwesi Adolph time with the San Francisco 49ers. He hasn't played since 2019. That's 3 seasons. And when he did play, he wasn't very productive, didn't put up many tackles at all. So why they're giving this guy another shot, I don't know. Is it just that familiarity that Kwesi has with him? But you look at the Vikings just went out and signed Jonathan Bullard as well. I think he has a better shot of making the team than Julian Taylor. And then you look at the guys, again, who are ahead of him on the depth chart, the James Lynch's, Cezi Atomeo, even Jalen Twyman. I'm not sure where he's going to fit up, what his role is going to be. So all those guys just seem like more obvious options and better options for the Vikings than rolling the dice on a guy who hasn't played in 3 years. And when he did play, wasn't overly productive. So Julian Taylor, I don't think he's ever going to wear this beautiful color when the games do start to count and go up on the stat sheet. Let's go with another new face to the Minnesota Vikings. It's our backup center, Austin Schlottman, the Schlotter. And here's the thing with Schlottman. Yes, he comes over from Denver. Yes, Chris Cooper coached him there, so he must have seen something in him. He must have wanted, believe he can do something. But this guy's PFF grades were worse than Garrett Bradbury. It is pretty damn horrible looking at what he did. As a center in Denver, yeah, he can play some guard too. So I still think he's a bubble guy right now, but if he gets cut, if Wyatt Davis moves to center and they like him better, if Ed Ingram plays center and they like him better, I can see him going the young route, getting rid of Schlottman, making him another veteran that the Vikings signed that never ends up playing for the team. So Austin Schlottman very much in the cutting crosshairs this August. Another guy from Denver, a journeyman corner, Nate Hairston. And with Nate Hairston, you like what he brings to the table, to his size, his versatility to play inside or outside. He did have 4 pass breakups a season ago, so he does have some ball skills, and he does provide some veteran depth to a cornerback group that was desperately needing it a year ago. But here's the thing with Nate Hairston, he may just be too far down, because you look at who they're going to keep for sure. Andrew Booth Jr. is being kept. Patrick Peterson's being kept. Cam Dancer is being kept. Caleb Evans is Kwesi Adolph-Mensah's pet. He's being kept. And then you look at Shannon Sullivan, pretty good chance he's kept as well. So that's 5. So Nate Hairston now is battling for the 6th cornerback spot. Chris Boyd in that competition, Harrison Hand in that competition. Personally, those 3, Harrison Hand to me is the most intriguing. Chris Boyd, I've seen what he can do, and it ain't great. But again, if both those guys outperform Hairston, they may go with one of them or both of them over him, and he could be the odd man out. The numbers could force this guy off the team and never suiting up in a game for the Minnesota Vikings that will go on his career stat sheet. And the last one is a holdover. It's a holdover from last year, a guy who never saw the field as a rookie. And when he did see the field in preseason, it was absolutely some of the worst football I've ever seen someone play at the professional level. It's Zach Davidson. This guy looked lost last year. He couldn't catch the ball. And he goes out and has a hissy fit when he gets cut. Not a great look for Zach Davidson. He's got a long way to go. And now the one thing that kind of helps him is this depth chart is not great behind Amir Smith Jr. Johnny Munt, he's safe because he's Kevin O'Connell's boy. He's going to be the backup, a guy who I think we're going to see a career year out of, which doesn't say much because he could have 8 receptions. It'll be a career for Johnny Munt. But Nick Muse is also brought in, drafted in the 7th round. And then Zach Davidson, Ben Ellefson. So what does the coaching staff want to keep? Do they want to keep a blocking tight end like Ben Ellefson? I'm not sure that's really what the Rams offense did. They used a lot of blocking tight ends. All their tight ends always seemed like they could catch. So it kind of gives me the Nick Muse, Zach Davidson could be battling for this last spot. And if Zach Davidson struggles like he did a year ago, Nick Muse won't have to look super good to make this decision clear. And Zach Davidson may be the longest tenured Viking on this list, and also one that never plays a snap with the team. So what do you guys think? Let me know. Give me some other names that may never actually suit up for the Vikings in a game that counts. It could be a guy from last year, guy from this year. It could be a rookie from this year. Let me know in the comments. And always, especially when it's getting warm out in this beautiful summer weather, keep your skull in your hole.